Hi, welcome guys to our first pre-recorded roller training session. So this is a very basic roller training session, around about 25 minutes long, including a warm up and warm down. So I've got my rollers, I've got my bike ready, I've got some water, I've got a sweat cloth in my back pocket. Let's get cracking. Okay. Let's jump on board and let's get pedaling. So we've got a 5-minute warm up. Okay, so 5-minute warm up. Let's choose a nice comfortable gear. I'm in my 52th at the front and I'm probably halfway down my 1128 cassette on the back. And I'm going to be warming up at around about 80 RPM. So minimal resistance on the pedals, coming from the gearing, pedaling at 80 RPM. So as you can see, I've got myself plugged in multiple different ways. We've got Zwift in the background. My computer is picking up my Wahoo speed and cadence sensor. So you can see that my cadence or RPM is currently around about 83. And my speed sensor is showing around about 20 kph. Now, as we know with rollers, it's all about RPMs and cadence, so that's what we're going to be concentrating on. And obviously to the side you can see that we've currently got 3 minutes 50 seconds left of our warm-up and our overall training session countdown clock. And of course a bit of Zwift in the background just to make things a bit more interesting. Okay, let's just drop it down slightly, try and keep it close as 80 as I can. Good. Now, it's a bit quiet in the workshop, I've got no music playing. I wonder if you've got anything playing in the background to make things a bit more interesting. Okay, just under 3 minutes to go of the warm-up. As you can see, I'm nice relaxed on the bike, on the rollers with my hands on the tops. Good. Okay, just over 2 minutes to go of the warm-up. Again, around about 80 RPM. In a nice gear at the back, something that feels nice and comfortable to pedal. As I say, I'm on my road bike here with my normal road tyres on my tax rollers. I've got a 50-34 and I'll be spending the whole session in the 50 at the front. I've got an 1128 at the back. 11 speed and I'm probably halfway down the block. Lovely. Okay, not far to go now. And then we're going to start our first set. So what we're going to do, guys, is for a minute we're going to increase the pace up to 95 to 100 RPM for about a minute. Okay, so I'm going to stay in this same gear. And I'm going to be increasing my leg speed, my revolutions per minute, to roughly go about 95 RPM. I'm going to try and hold that for 1 minute. Okay, we've got 25 seconds to go. I'm actually quite nice and warm now in the workshop. I'm going to stay in the same gear. I'm just going to increase my leg speed. Okay, a few seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, and up the RPM to 95 plus. If you can, between 95 and 100. Sometimes it's quite difficult to keep on an exact figure, but I don't want to drop below 95. Good. So I'm really having to concentrate now on my pedal technique. I'm staying nice and relaxed on the bars. Concentrating on my legs, my core. I'm nice and steady on the rollers. Looking ahead of me. I'm trying to keep really good form throughout this 1 minute. We've got 15 seconds to go. And then we're going to drop the RPMs back down to 80. Good, how's that feeling? Hope you're keeping good form. In 3, 2, 1, drop down the RPMs back down to 80 for 20 more seconds. Good. Now in 10 seconds, we're going to take it back up to 95 RPM again. Okay. In 3, 2, 1, up we go. Good. Well done. To say, you don't want to go any lower than 95 if you can. Speeding up your leg speed. Good. And concentrating on that pedal technique. Lovely round circular motions with the legs. No thumping down on the pedals, otherwise you'll lose your form. You'll start to wander all over the turbo, possibly bounce up and down, so you really have to concentrate on that technique. Keep it going for 20 more seconds. Again, hands nice and relaxed on the bars. Concentrate on those legs. Keep it going, guys. 10 more seconds to go. And we'll be dropping back down to 80 RPM. In 3, 2, 1. Slow it down. Good. That's set number 2 gone. Last set to go. How are you finding that? You getting hot? Okay. Third set. Let me just drop those RPMs down. I'm a bit too fast. I want to be at 80. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, up we go again. Third set, 95 RPM. Oh, a bit too fast there. Drop that back down a bit. Good. Well done. Concentrate nice and hard. Keep your form. Nice relaxed on the bars. Concentrate on that pedal technique. Good, nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Well done, guys. We've got 20 seconds to go. Keep it going. 15 seconds to go. Last 5 seconds. Right to the end. And relax. Back down to 80 RPM. Good. Hold it there for a few more seconds at 80 RPM. Last few seconds. And take it nice and easy. Good. Good time for a spot of water. Okay guys, that's set number 1 done. Woo. We've got 3 sets to do. So 30 seconds recovery, pedal at any speed you like. Just make sure it's a recovery. Good. How do you find that? Okay. Okay guys, that's recovery almost done. Let's go back up to 95 RPM. I'm still in that same gear, haven't touched the gear shifting at all. 95 RPM. Let's just drop it down a bit. And again, I'm really concentrating on my pedal technique, my control on the rollers. I want to be as smooth as I possibly can. I'm looking ahead of me. Well, I'm looking at myself on the screen, which is dead in front of me. It's always good, whatever you're watching on a set of rollers, make sure it's in front of you, not to one side. And never be tempted to glance across at something or somebody. It can send you off the rollers. We've got 10 seconds to go. How are you finding that set? Keep it going for a few more seconds. And recover. Back down to 80. Lovely. 15 seconds to go. Right, get ready to start building up again. Back up to 95 RPM. And off we go. 95 RPM. Oh, just drop that down a bit. Concentrating on my technique all the time. Lovely fluid pedal action. That's what you want. Smooth, nice and smooth on the rollers. Again, if we start thumping down with the downstroke of the pedal, we'll become quite unstable on the roller. We might even start to bounce up and down. Keep it going guys for 20 more seconds. 95 RPM. Ten more seconds. Keep it going guys, well done, really good. And rest, back down to 80. Last few seconds. And then it's rep number 3 to finish our second set. Okay guys, in 3, 2, 1. Good, back up to 95. Oh, bit fast there. Lovely, keep it going. Keep it going. How's this feeling guys? What's it like to be riding at these kind of RPMs? I wonder what your average RPMs out on the road. As we know, it's far more efficient to have a really good high RPM. Using those heart and lung. Keep it going. Rollers I found extremely beneficial during the winter. When I get back out on the road in the spring, summer, my leg speed is far better, which really helps on the climbs around here. Okay, a few seconds to go and rest. Back down to 80 RPM. Good. Okay, that was rep number 3 finished. Good, well done. Back down to 80 RPM. Okay, and we've got a minute recovery. Just wipe away the sweat. A drink of water. Okay, so that was set number 2 done. We've got one last set to go. Again with 3 repetitions. Good. So how are you feeling now? Anybody feeling tired? This is the last set now. Okay, up we go, 95 RPM. Just drop it down a bit too fast there. I don't want to go too far over 95. As close as I can without going under. Good. Again, I'm nice and relaxed on the bars, but I'm really having to concentrate on my pedal technique to stay nice and smooth on the rollers. Hopefully some of you might be feeling just a little bit tired now with this high RPM, which means you're going to have to concentrate even more on your technique. Good, keep it going. Ten more seconds. Last few seconds. Drop back down to 80. Good. $80 RPM. Okay, back up to 95. Off we go. Too fast, drop that RPM down, as close as 95 as I can make it. This is rep number 2 of our 3rd set. We have one more rep after that, and then we have our cool down. So staying at 95. Okay, I'm starting to get a little bit of a tired calf muscles. I'm finding that as I'm getting a bit tighter, I'm getting a little bit more, well, I'm not so smooth on the rollers. I'm having to really concentrate on the rotation of my legs to keep me smooth on the rollers, and I'm finding I'm having to tense muscles just to control myself. Now I'm getting a bit tired. Okay, 5 seconds to go. And drop it back down to 80 RPM. Good stuff. Okay, 10 seconds to go. Okay, build up the pace, 95 RPM again. Lovely, keep it going. Just drop it down. Gone a bit too fast there. Now, as you know, guys, you'll be on your rollers, and of course you're going to have your cadence and speed sensor. So pair them up to your head unit, and that's where you can obviously keep an eye on your own RPMs. What you're seeing on the screen is what I'm actually doing. But you've got to concentrate also on what you're doing and just follow my instructions. That's why I'll be talking a lot throughout these training sessions. So 95 RPM for 15 more seconds. That's great. Keep it going, guys. Well done. Concentrate on that technique. Nice and smooth. Okay, last few seconds. And drop it back down to 80. Good. How does that feel? Lovely stuff. So just down to 80 RPM. Last few seconds. And now we're starting our warm down recovery. How was that? And there we go, that was just a real basic roller session where we're increasing and decreasing our RPM with more emphasis on the amount of time on a high RPM. Now I don't know how you felt about 95 RPM, whether that was too fast, only you'll know. How did you find it? Was it an RPM that was just a bit too much? Okay, so we're going to be doing our warm down period now. Okay, what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to change gear up the block at the back. So I'm going to shift my derailleur into some bigger cogs. I'm going to go up a couple of gears. Still want to stay about 80 RPM, but I can just feel a little bit less resistance on the legs now. There we go, just a bit too fast, down to about 80. Good. Now even though my RPMs have dropped, my RPMs are still the same, around about, well, I'm trying to do about 80, 88 there. My speed has reduced because I've just changed the gears. So my speed is a little bit slower. I'm actually finding now it's a little bit harder to stay in the middle of the rollers. And that's where with rollers, speed is your friend. Okay, I'm going to drop those RPMs down just a bit. There we go. So I hope to build up a library of roller training sessions on the YouTube channel. We'll be doing our regular live weekly roller sessions, hopefully with some guests coming along. But an opportunity for you to log in and join me live for a training session. The comments will be open. It'll be nice for you to maybe make a comment, any suggestions, any requests. And maybe when we finish we can have a little bit of interaction. But otherwise, I'll be recording a few of these sessions, naming them, giving you some stats, and maybe you can scroll through our library and choose a roller session that suits you at that particular time. Or I say, you can log in and join us for our weekly live training session. Our first one kicks off on November the 2nd at 7:30. So please subscribe to the Riders Cycle Centre YouTube channel and click the little bell where you'll be notified of any future video uploads. Okay, got about a minute to go. Okay, we're about to finish. I'm going to get off the bike. I'm just going to have a quick chat about some of the equipment I'm using, just to let you know what I am personally using, because so some of you might be wanting to invest in some rollers to take part in this winter training session, and I can give you some information. So don't click stop quite yet. Well, if you have got everything, then no problem. If not, just stay on board. So there we go. Woo! All done. Okay. Right. So the great thing about rollers is you can use your current road bike. Now, this is my road bike. I'm running 700 by 28 tyres, and I do have my tyres pumped up nice and hard, at least 100 psi, which is probably a bit more than you should usually use on the road. But I find that with the tyres at a really nice high pressure, you tend not to bounce around too much on the rollers. Okay. The gearing I've got is a compact 5034, and I've got an 1128 at the back. Okay. Now my rollers are just a set of very basic tax rollers. Now these are parabolic rollers, which means that the roller is slightly concave, which can help you stay in the middle of the rollers. Some rollers are just a cylinder flat, some of the elites, but either roller, if you're a regular rider on the road, it won't take you too long at all to learn how to ride rollers. If you go to ridercyclecentre.com and click on the live roller training link at the top, on that page there's a video from the guys from GCN giving you some tips and tricks of how to learn how to ride rollers. Nice and quick and easy. If you can, set your rollers up against the side of a wall or in a doorway where you can lean into it and get your balance. But I say it's very simple. Don't be worried about all these videos of people falling off. They usually fall off because they're not paying attention. So as long as you pay attention, watch a few great videos to give you some information about riding rollers, and believe me, you'll be riding them nice and quick. All right. Well, I hope I found that helpful. Thanks for watching. Please share, and hopefully we will see you on our weekly live roller training sessions streamed live on the Rider Cycle YouTube channel. Okay guys, be safe, and we'll see you very soon. Bye bye.